if a new manufacturer comes into a play and they're looking to get started, what do you really see as like those first couple areas that they need to tackle when they're looking at scaling and automating their marketing function?
Yeah. It's a little bit different depending on each company. And like you mentioned, HubSpot is such a robust tool that the sales process requires a lot of really getting to know the business, where the gaps are. But just taking a step back, so what HubSpot is a full, all-in-one system for your customers at every stage of the buyer's journey. When we launched back in 2006, it was purely a marketing automation tool, and now there are tools within there, from attracting customers or until attracting visitors to becoming leads, converting those leads into deals, and then once once that deal closes and their customers, taking care of them and getting them to stick around and love your company. So, um, at the top of that funnel, which HubSpot's gone away from using the funnel analogy, but it's we've gone now to the flywheel, but I still like the funnel, so I'm going to use it. But with most companies, especially in the manufacturing business, it's focusing near the top of that funnel, and it's figuring out how to generate more leads, how to create content to meet them at each stage, and then deal management as well. So once you have the leads, prospecting into them, converting them into deals, and managing them through your sales process effectively.
When we look at the marketing automation space, which we primarily deal with marketing automation, CRM, and the Sales Hub, that's kind of the swim lanes we represent with HubSpot. We don't do anything in the Service Hub or those areas yet. Remains to be seen what the future holds, but we're really focused on those three channels. And it's really about that: attract visitors, convert leads, and then help those move over to the sales function. And it's so important to have a tool. Before we were with HubSpot, we were cobbling that together with a litany of tools. And then our challenge would be one, there was a false narrative around savings that you could do it cheaper with 4 or 5 other tools, because even if you could get that monthly fee down a little bit, then the cost to consolidate all that data and then bring it in together and really have combined reporting and attribution was a disaster. So I think HubSpot's done a great job there. And not that this is a promo for HubSpot, like we're just talking about a tool we use every day and what it does, and more broadly around marketing automation and the CRM function. So one of the things we try to do here on the Missing Half podcast is discover what's missing in manufacturing and B2B marketing, right? And when you look at marketing automation and what's missing with B2B companies and manufacturing companies when it comes to marketing automation, I think one of the things that really strikes me is those who have not adopted a more advanced tool such as HubSpot in the marketing automation space. They're really trying to cobble it together, or they may have some like outdated or really old technology. Can you maybe comment on that gap that we're seeing in B2B and manufacturing marketing with respect to marketing automation?
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you use the term cobbled, Bill, because I don't know if you know that that's what part of HubSpot's lingo, but our yeah, our big value prop is that it's crafted and not cobbled. And what that means is, with an all-in-one tool, those tools, within themselves, are an all-in-one system. Those tools within themselves communicate to each other, right? You're able to get data from one from the other, and they're just easier to use. So we see a lot of companies that come to us that have grown over the years, and these departments have just purchased these products, and sometimes you don't even know what they purchased, and they're certainly not talking to each other. And that creates siloed systems and just a disjointed process for you, and then in turn your customers. So with an all-in-one solution, you can see everything. And I like to say that the magic happens on the contact record. That's our single source of truth. So we're a CRM at our core. So if you think about uploading all of your prospects and all of your customers into the system, you're going to have individual contact records. And within those contact records, you can see everything related to that customer. Things like where they originally came from. Was it from paid search, or organic social or a referral, how they've interacted with your brand, emails that they've been sent, pages that they viewed, etc. If there are deals open for them, sales deals, or if there's customer service tickets open. And what that does is it enables you to action that data through automation or through different types of communication, create reports to really understand your customers. Yeah, it creates just a cohesion for your team. So a salesperson can come in and see the full history of your customer, right, from start to finish, and get the right context to better service them and better sell to them. So when you have those disjointed systems, it's hard to know what the full story is and to be able to action on a customer's full history.
What do you see as far as what you're able to achieve with targeting with marketing automation?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about first having the right data, and you can source that data yourselves, or you can have a system, right, that tracks it and organizes it for you a bit. So once you have that, it's actioning it in the right way. I think about, my dad actually does sales for a manufacturing company, and he sells lab equipment to universities. And there's 4,000 universities in the US. But the architects are actually the ones, right, that are making the decisions, that are actually choosing which lab vendor to go with. So that's his target customer. So if you know that, you're able to do some research, figure out, okay, there's 500 architects who I want to communicate to, and then have systems in place to use that data, and whether it's promoting to them on paid ad platforms, or sending them marketing automation and sequences, or maybe it's having a targeted list and using HubSpot target accounts to understand who those people are and pick up the phone once you get a notification that they visited your website, and exactly which page they visited, right? So again, it all goes back to knowing who you're trying to reach, and having the data, the real-time data, to know when to reach out to them and what that message should be.
Yeah, I call that sales serendipity. Whenever a salesperson can reach out to someone and follow up with, "Hey, just wanted to check in, see how things are going," and then you hear, "Well, funny you should reach out today because I was just." Oh, wow, that's just such a coincidence. This is like serendipity. And we use that a lot with proposal automation and a lot of our other tools, where we get these signals from where people are in the buyer's journey. And it's that sales serendipity is that's probably a whole other probably a whole other podcast right there, just talking about sales serendipity. But yeah, I agree with that. And when you take the example of your father, if there's 4,000 universities, well, he doesn't need to call on them. There's probably only 100 to 200 architectural firms in the country that specialize, or whatever the number is. It's a subset that specialize on universities, right? So he can get really, or him and his company could get really narrowly focused on that target market. And then with the marketing automation and some of the data tools, just really dial in that ICP and those buyer personas, and really get specific in messaging. And that's the dream, right? That's what we've been hoping for and working towards for the past 10 years in this space. Thanks for watching this clip of the Missing Hat podcast, brought to you by 50 Marketing. Be sure to check out the full episode linked below and our other resources.